guys, I'm Dupree, and today I will be showing you shots pool players hate but need to know how to shoot. I've done a couple of videos on this, and I haven't done this combination of shots yet, so let's just get right into it. This first shot right here is the cue ball and the 7 are both frozen to the rail. And you would think this would be really easy, but you have to be perfectly exact to make the shot. Because if the cue ball runs into this rail just a little bit, then the shot will be off. If the 7 runs into the rail a little bit, the shot will be off. So you have to be pretty exact, just like that. And you saw it also, it went to that left side. So instead of having to be exact like that, what you can do is shoot with a little bit of inside spin. And in this case, that would be right English, because the inside would be to the right. So if you shoot with a little right spin and aim into the rail, you can get your 7 ball to just run down the rail like that. It runs straight down the rail. You don't need a lot of right spin. Let me see if I can find the IQ. Where is it? Here it is. Let me show you how much spin you need to have on your cue ball. Show you on the IQ training ball. Right over here where this 3 is. This 3 is where your tip needs to contact the cue ball, and we're aiming slightly into the rail. Because when you hit the cue ball on its right side, like I'm gonna aim for this pocket, and I'm gonna hit all the way on the right. See how it deflects off to the left. So that deflection needs to be accounted for. And it also works if you need to pocket a ball like down here or something. If there's a long distance in between the cue ball and the object ball. This can be difficult because if you run into this rail, the shot will be thrown off. So what you can do is hit with a little bit of inside. This one you're going to have to hit a little harder. And kind of spin your cue ball into the ball. You want to spin the cue ball away from this point right here. So again, that's just a little bit of right spin, hit at that medium pace, and you should be good for that. The next shot that I'm going to show you is pretty similar, but this is when you are actually trapped behind the point. So our cue ball's here. We cannot get through to the 9 ball because we are trapped behind this point. So we have to figure out a way to pocket the 9. And what we're going to have to do is curve our cue ball away from the 9 and back to it. And since we are curving to the right, we're going to use bottom right spin. Bottom right spin will get the job done. And we're just going to aim a little bit past this point. You can elevate like this, use your bridge on the side pocket. And you have to try to get it to curve back, and we just missed it by a hair. So these are shots that you need to practice before you try to game, obviously, because they're pretty difficult. And there it is. It's just bottom right spin with a combination of elevation. How much do we elevate there? It's about 50, 45 degrees of elevation. You don't need to hit too hard. You saw it hit at about a medium pace. But that's bottom in whatever direction you need your cue ball to curve. So around this horizontal line was where we contacted the cue ball. You can also do that shot when you are trapped behind the jaws of this pocket. To do this one, you need less elevation since you don't need as much of a curve. If you are trapped from pocketing that 9 by the point, again, we're curving to the left, we're curving to the right, bottom right spin. Spin the cue ball into there. The one thing you need to watch out for is a scratch. If you hit this ball full on, usually the cue ball will roll into the pocket. So try to hit it a little bit on the left or right. A cool thing about this shot, not a really fun thing, is if you overcurve, then you still have that whole entire rail to work with. So try to overcurve so you don't scratch. You don't want to risk the scratch. You would rather overcurve and hit this rail. That right spin is going to help it follow down for that 9 ball. So this next shot does come up often in games. So let's say we're playing 8 ball and we're on the 8 ball. And this corner pocket is blocked by the 14. The 8 cannot pass the 14. Even if we overcut it like that. The 8 does not go into this bottom corner. There's not enough angle. You could try to bank it down there, but that's a tough bank. You could get lucky into the side too. But the shot that we're going to try to show you today is 4 rails into this corner. It may take me a little bit to make it. It's a tough shot. And there's no real aiming point for it. The only way to get this shot down is to practice it on your table. I just got this table refelted, so I'm not sure how this shot plays. So I would be going through the same process as you. The goal is to get the 8-ball to go off this rail, this rail, this rail, and this rail into this corner pocket. We have a little bit of help with this 14, so we know we can underhit it. Because if this 8-ball goes off of that rail, it has the possibility of going off of the 14 into that pocket. If we hit this 14 on its side right there, it could go into the pocket just like that. So we may try to underhit it just a little bit to see if we can make it there, but I'm not sure how this table plays this shot. So I would be going through the same process with you. I would try out shot like that and see how it works, and then you would see that would be too long. So we would try to shorten that angle. Try to put the balls in the same spot roughly. I can't remember where I just had them. So we try to end it up shorter. And there it is. So that's the process you would want to go through until you make it. We missed the first time, then made that adjustment, and now we were able to make it. The big problem with this is the cue ball running into the ball you're shooting. So you have 2 options with your cue ball. If you hold it right here, the 8 will probably run into it. You see how that cue ball went up there? You'll probably run into that cue ball. So 2 things that you could do to avoid that. You could either draw back like that. You draw off to the side. That would have gone in if I had the 14 over more. Or the second option is to follow off that rail with a lot of topspin. You want to beat the 8-ball. Beat the 8-ball's topspin ain't gonna go in though. But you saw how tough of a shot it is. It's really a last resort shot. We saw how we made it after that one adjustment, and there's 2 ways to get your cue ball all the way. There's probably a lot more that you guys could think of, but those are the 2 that I'm going to show you in this video. So this next shot is very similar. Let's say we're in the same situation. Bam, like that. I'm not too great at this shot. I'm just here to show it to y'all. Let's say we're in this situation. We can't make the 8-ball, and we could try the bank down there, but again, it's a tough bank, and you would have to play with top left, which will lead your cue ball towards that pocket. So again, just got this refelted. I'm not sure how it plays, but the goal here is to get the 8-ball to go 2 rails into this pocket. I find the 4 rail easier than this, just because I shoot the 4 rail more. So the shot is somewhat like that. You see where it's supposed to go. So that was a little long. And I like how I'm making these adjustments because I can show you how you adjust yourself in a game. And now you know that that is too short. You would pick a different aiming point. Oh, that was just barely off. So this is what you would go through on the table that you're playing on until you make the ball consistently. You want to make the ball about 3 times in a row, and you see we're getting off. And you need your combination of speed and spin. If you hit harder, you know it's going to come shorter. And if you hit softer, you know that it's going to go longer. See, just like that. So we hit it at the same aiming spot. You see softer is longer, and then that is shorter. So if we hit it at about a medium pace, it's going to go right into the pocket. So 2 rails, 1, 2, into that corner. I don't really like the shot. I'm not too good with it. I don't like judging it. But it is a fun shot to pull off, and again, it's a last resort shot. And practice it on the table you're playing on before you try it in a game. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below. If you want to be notified when I post a new video, you can click the subscribe button and then the bell icon right next to it. That'll just send you an email and a notification saying that I've uploaded a new video. If you guys are interested in the IQ training ball, this ball works wonders. It's just a little face on the ball. It's just like the sticker thing. And it has different contact points, A, C, and B, center, above center, and below center. It's got different common spin points, common English contact points. And it really helps you. What this does is when you shoot a shot, it leaves a chalk mark where your tip hit. So if you are not hitting directly center on your cue ball, which a lot of people don't, this is the way to correct that. This is one of the only good ways to correct that. So you can set up the shot over and over again and see if your chalk mark is hitting that C. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, comment down below. If you have any tutorial requests, comment down below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.